The following program contains naughty bits.
Today's sexy sex symbol is Jennifer Connelly from the movie Career Opportunities. Rare being the appropriate word, and these gentlemen are obviously having the same idea as that Rare. Jennifer Connelly, I could be a horse all day long. This might be my second or third video today, folks, depending on the order I release them, but Star Wars Outlaws. We are talking about that fuddy-duddy game all over again. Why, Jason? Why? Well, quite simply, folks, it's this reason right here, and let's get away from that hideous... I can't move the mouse up anymore. Star Wars Outlaws sales appear to have been obliterated, with an average Twitch viewership of over 99%. Oh my goodness me. Holy hell. Now, yes, this article is 4 days old or more. I would say 5 at this stage, but it's absolutely hilarious to report on. I think that's the perfect screenshot of K-Vez as portrayed by Omboli Gonzalez, the fastest mouse in all Mexico. It's like, yeah, bro, what happened? Nobody was interested. By the way, if you go onto Amazon as of now, you can still see the game priced at £49 to £54, depending on what version you buy. I imagine the £54 adds some extra DLC to the package, but who cares? Because this is a poorly designed game, folks. Nobody cared. No matter how much Ryan McCaffrey from IGN was telling you, this game is great, it's got so much wonderful elements about it, and I was K-Vez. I do wonder sometimes if Ryan McCaffrey is a woman trapped inside a man's body.
The name's Nukem. Duke Nukem. No, I'm not here to kick ass or chew bubblegum. I'm not here to get even with those alien bastards for shooting up my ride either. I'm here to tell you to watch Jason King on Kung Fu Hot Dog. So watch out for him. And his babes of the 1980s. Oh, and one more thing. Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, I tell you, this is like Russian roulette. It's like, if I close my eyes, what do I see next? Christopher Dring. Now, this is a previous article that he made in September the 3rd. We don't have digital data yet, and this is just the UK. But it was weak. It was a weak launch for Star Wars Outlaws. Its sales are 55% lower than that of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It was 15% bigger than Ubisoft's massive last game, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Okay, so what? But nobody cared about that Pandora game either, and Avatar, because that's the death knell for James Cameron in terms of his film career. I don't care what anybody thinks about those, but James Cameron, up to True Lies, that man was absolutely the top dog when it came to action movies. But look at that. I mean, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about a downgrade, not in just the Ubisoft shares, but their gaming output as well. What were the poor excuses again about Star Wars Outlaws? Oh, the motion capture doesn't always get the right features of an actor or an actress, yet the male characters in that game looked better than the leading actress, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. Here's a glimmer of hope, folks, when it comes to Star Wars video games in the future, because Saber Interactive, right, now if you don't know about this, I shall shed some light for you. So when Interactive, along with Matthew Koch, broke ties with the Embracer Group, do you know what happened? They took along 38 video game titles. One of the games that you do not see on here, by the way, what do you think it is? What's missing from this lineup they've got on their website so far? Star Wars. I was going to say Outlaws for a minute, but you see what I mean? It gets into my head all the time. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, or KOTOR for short, is not on this list because Aspyr were the people working on that Star Wars game, but when Saber Interactive saw what they did, they were not happy with the progress of that anyway, so they've taken it along amongst the 38 specials of video games they've got in their digital portfolio. So what I understand is that what they've collected so far from that KOTOR remake, and by the way, they don't call it a remake, despite the fact you see remake everywhere when you do Google or an image search of sorts. Saber Interactive just have it as the Star Wars KOTOR game. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So I understand that the assets they've gathered so far are motion capture, voice acting has been done. I don't know what percentage has been carried out. Maybe if I'm going to ballpark it, maybe 60% perhaps. So the only hope I've got left, folks, for an actual great Star Wars game is down to Saber Interactive. They've got a Quiet Place game coming out very shortly, haven't they? So I'll be quite curious to see how that does in terms of its reception. Will it get the same kind of reception as Space Marine 2 did? I would say it might get a good one. Not brilliant, not overly massive, but if word of mouth about the game is great, apparently it relies on noise like the movies do. So if your character farts, you might be done for. They should put a fart mechanic into a video game like A Quiet Place. That would be absolutely hilarious. But honestly, I think at the moment, your last hope would only lie with Saber Interactive for bringing out a Star Wars game. As for this whole debacle with Ubisoft and a game on a license that everybody used to love until Kathleen Kennedy took it over and just shat all over it, nobody has any more faith anymore. And when Ubisoft were given the keys to the Lucasfilm kingdom, you thought they might have done right. I think if this was 2014, they definitely would have done right for sure, because all the character designs would have been off the chain. But sadly, this is the modern day audience, folks, and it's modern day Ubisoft, and they just won't learn a damn thing. So if you were me, and if I were you, you may wish to return for the next video.